Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm doing another video. This video, little different. It's not a build video, it's not a VMA video. It's a video about add-ons. All right. And people have asked me, okay, what add-ons do you use? And usually I'll tell them, and I've got a list down below my Twitch stream, about it. But someone mentioned in my chat yesterday and said, what would be nice if you had a video explaining your add-ons? And I'm like, well, I can do that. That'd be fun. So I want to go through all of my different add-ons and explain what they do, and for most of them, if I can, show you what they are. I've also chose a location, outside of my house. Usually I do a lot of the video explaining outside of my house. But for some of these, like for the writing ones and some other ones, you got to be outside to do. So let's go through them one by one. So if you don't know, actually, for add-ons, you want to get a program called Minion. And Minion is really great because you can search for add-ons, you can automatically update your add-ons. It's a wonderful program. So you want to download Minion to be able to apply these. Basically, when you open up the program and ask you what game you want to apply add-ons to, and you find Elder Scrolls Online, and then you just search for all of these different add-ons that people talk about, like I talk about on here. So let's go. So we hit my escape key. I go over to add-ons over here, and it gives me my list. Now, sometimes these add-ons don't get updated as quickly as the game comes out with new things. So they've got a wonderful button up here called Allow Out-of-Date Add-ons. So I always put those in there just in case I have a few that haven't been updated since certain patches. So if I click that off, you see, ooh, I've got a bunch of them that are red right now. But I'll put those on to allow those out-of-date ones so that they'll work. All right, first one on the list, Action Duration Reminder. What that one is, if you look down below, all right, down below here where I've got my skills, what it does is that when I do a skill on a bar, all right, see how there's a countdown? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All right. So I can see how much time it's got left on it. So that if I want to cast it again, I can. Problem is that if you were to switch to your front bar, that goes away. You're like, well, I have no idea how much time I've got left on it. All right. So what this does is that if I do this, if I do a spell and I flip my bar, look, it puts another little box above it. And so I can tell, oh, I got 3, 2, 1. It's done. I can switch back to my other bar and reset it. So a lot of times you'll see that. You'll see people do it like this. They've got that. And then they start doing something, else. And so I can tell, okay, it's 4, 3, 2. I better switch back to it. And 1. And I can redo my skill. So action duration reminder. Another part of that action duration reminder, if you go into settings and go into your add-ons, you can tweak certain things during the add-ons. I have something on here called pop-up alert that allows me to see when alerts, it gives me a 3-second warning when they're going to finish. So if I do something like this, and I'm getting busy, hitting like an enemy and boom, 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 and it's getting towards the end, there on the right-hand side, it's reminding me that I have, you got 3 seconds left on Twisting Path. Boom, and then it's done. So, and those are options that you can tweak. You can even move that position. I like that position because it's out of the way of everything else that I do. So there's all these little options that you can have in there. So action duration reminder. Really great. All right, next one. Assist rapid writing. What this one does, and let me put it on. I don't know why it's off. I'm going to reload my UI. What it does is that you set up your rapid writing that you get, your skill that you get from PvP. It's the first one that you can get that gives you a boost to your writing. Here we go. So if you see, I've got my icons down below, but when I go on to my mount, I've placed it so that my number 5 changes for riding. So I do this, I click on my riding skill, and it does that automatically for me. And then I get off, and then it's, back to normal. Yeah. Again, I go on my horse. Boom. There we go. Boom. Rapid riding. Yeah. So that's how that one works. Next one. Auto juggling. Well, auto juggling is something that our wonderful Knight of Osiris made for me. So that I didn't have to keep on typing in juggle pumpkins. He only made it for me originally, but he's now released it to our guild. So if you're interested in it, he's got a post of it under the add-ons category in our Discord. And I think this one is, I don't think it's on Minion yet, but he's kind of our add-on guru. He's got another add-on I'm going to talk about in a second that is on Minion. And so it's a wonderful one. It's got a great little thing that I like about it for the auto juggling is that you can pick what you want to juggle. So egg scramble, juggle flame, juggle pumpkin, summon bat, sweeping. I've got all of that in there, so I could change it if I wanted to. So, yep, wonderful one. I use it all the time. Oops, not settings. Add-ons. So that's the auto juggler, auto recharge. Auto recharge I have set up. It's a way so that my when my charge on my weapons is below a certain point, it will automatically take out a soul shard and a soul gem, sorry, and apply it and recharge it. So especially in something like VMA where I don't have to stop and then, right click and then, recharge the weapon, charge it up. It does it automatically for me. It's really nice. Part of the feature is that it only happens when you start a battle or end a battle. So you can't do it in between. So so the only bug about it at all is that if you're in the middle of combat and it goes away, then you could be without it for a while. If it's like a big boss battle. So if it's before a big boss battle, usually I'll just manually do it. But if I know I've got plenty of charge going into a battle, I let it take care of it for me. Or if I know I'm battling smaller mobs. Next add-on. Recharge. Bar swap feedback. Here's another one of Knight of Osiris's. Bar swap feedback. Wonderful thing. 1, 2. 1, 2. If you see that little 1 that pops up next to me and a 2, that's just to help me know what bar I'm on. It's a wonderful little feature. Because I know my bars really, really well on this character. If I do this, I go bar 1, I know what I'm going to be doing. I know what my attacks are going to be doing. And bar 2. So, wonderful, wonderful. Very simple. And you can change the look of the numbers. You can change the positioning of the numbers. It's great. All right. Next add-on, Beam Me Up. Oh my gosh, I love Beam Me Up. Beam Me Up is what I used to get here, actually. Is that in your map, it changes the interface. Usually you would see this, for the map and map completion. All right. But this little thing, Beam Me Up, will save you a ton of money by porting you to everybody on your friends list and all your guilds. So if I wanted to go to, let's say, Deshawn, all right, I can go to my Deshawn, and I'm like, there's 7 people here in Deshawn that I could click on if I wanted to go, and get to there. And now you don't know exactly where they are, so it kind of just gets you close. And then since you're at a way shrine, you can just, port to the one that you wanted to go to. So, for instance, if I'm like, okay, I want to go to Vardenfell, VA. Bunch of people in there. My friend J Hart is over there. And I can click on it, and it'll start porting me there. And I don't know exactly where he is, but it'll port me to somewhere close to him in Vardenfell. Let's say he's over here, but I really wanted to go over there. That's okay. I'll be at a way shrine, and I can just port to where I wanted to go. Really great. You also have things within here for your houses that you can port to, for the quest. I love this one for treasure and survey maps. You click on this one, and it shows you, okay, I got 2 in Reaper's March. I got 2 in North and Elsewhere. I just click on it, and I'll go to that person and be able to do my surveys. So really wonderful. Yeah, so beat me up. Really nice. Next add-on. Codes combat alerts. Codes combat alerts when you're in a battle where it'll let you know whether to block or dodge or something. Let's see, am I near any enemies? Let's see if there's something around here that I can go. Usually it's just in trials. I don't know if it'll let me do it because I'm not in a dungeon. Oh, there's a bear. Sorry, Mr. Bear. Well, tell me. Let's see. Code. I don't think it'll do it. No. But like if I was in a boss battle, or if I was in a trial, it would let me know. It's like, okay, dodge now. And I was just like, oh, like, okay, I'll dodge now. So, all right, Mr. Bear, I don't want to hurt you. I will stealth. I will go away and I will stealth. There's a monkey. I will stealth away. Stealth away. I do not wish to hurt you. All right. Is he good? Am I out of combat? I am. Yay. Don't hurt bears if you don't need to. All right. Next. Combat metrics. Combat metrics is when I'm parsing at a combat dummy. You've seen this before where I've done damage to things, and this is part of it. There's a little like live window of how much damage I'm doing. You can like I just went after that bear. I did a little bit of damage to him. This tells you all your damage for all your stats. People will use this when they're parsing to find out how much they're parsing. And you can save a lot of information of all your different parses that you've done. What was my latest one? I did. Oh, I wanted to see how much I parsed in Sunspire last night against a thing. I did pretty good. I did, what'd I do? I did. Against the final boss, I did like 38k. Not too bad. So yeah, it's got a whole bunch of, statistics and everything. So, yeah. This comment mentions craft store. It's a wonderful one to let you know what you need to craft in there. This guy doesn't have a lot done. My main crafter is Madigon Incognito. I can go find him. Where is he? Madigon Incognito. I can click on him. Look at all the green. Oh, I'm getting so close. All the bottoms done of everything that I've crafted. Also lets me know what's currently being crafted in there. So, yep. Wonderful thing. Can show you what items, furniture items you can craft, what recipes you know. It's really, an intense one. It's called Craft Store. So, which is different from the one with our Lazy Writ Crafter. I'll do those as a set. The Dogobon's Lazy Writ Crafter in there that helps you do your writs. You just go up to a station and it does the writs automatically for you. If you have the materials, you pair that with daily provisioning and daily alchemy. A lot of people usually know that ones. Basically, when you get the daily writ quests, you then go up to a crafting station and you're able to just one button click and it will complete it for you. The original one, this one does not have provisioning or alchemy, so there you have to down those on minions separately, but it does the same thing. Let's see. I have Dark Brotherhood Spree on here. Dark Brotherhood Spree was when I do the Dark Brotherhood quest. There's a daily quest in there that you go and look at a book, and you can get two types of killing quests where you can have kill one person or killing spree. You have to assassinate three people. What this one does is that it only allows you when you click on it to pick an assignment that is a killing spree for three because you get more Dark Brotherhood points that way. Dark UI. Dark UI is all of this. It's all my interface. Dark UI is a wonderful interface. I like it because it gives you all these clean lines. So when people come in here, usually this is the first thing that they'll notice. When I'm doing stuff, they're like, wow, your interface has all these clean lines to it. And I'm like, yeah, that's Dark UI. A lot of features within there that you can tweak, how bright or how transparent you want them to be. Lots of wonderful, additions. You can explore that and go through that, but it's mostly for, the look of your UI. If I go into Dark UI, does it give? Yeah, it's just kind of some general settings and stuff for what you want to see within it. So, all right, back to the add-ons. So, Dark UI, Destinations. Destinations is actually part of map pins. Map pins allow you to see more things on your map. So, if I click M and I go over to my filters over here, it has all these different features in here. This is what map pins does. So, you might have a separate one right now that's just for lore books, but actually, this one does lore books and sky shards and everything and where everything is within it, where treasure maps are, where undaunted quests are, time rifts, shrines, fishing nodes. If they're fishing nodes are in there, they'll all pop up on your map. Then there's one called Destinations. That's with the DEST. So these are all extra for all the side quests. Like if I want to find, Mike in certain areas, I can do it. I use it. The big one that I use, where is it? It's all the way. It's the most red one. Quest giver pins. I like that one because it gives me all the side quests in the game. So I haven't done every side quest. So it shows you where you can pick up those side quests. So, and I can take that off. And then quests done. It lets me know all the quests that are done. Yeah. So, wonderful stuff. I love it. Like fishermen. If I want to go back, I want to fish an area. It has all of these little hooks of where I can go fish. So, wonderful. So, map pins and destinations. They kind of pair together. Rick Crafter, that was the Inventory Insight. I like this one because the Inventory Insight lets me look up anything that I want to find. Let's say I'm like, hey, do I have any perfected false gods gear left? Well, yeah, I do. I've got perfected amulets. I've got some pants left over that if I needed to use them, I do it. And then you can see at the very bottom. All right. At the very bottom of the right-hand window, it tells me what character is holding it. So Power of Friendship's holding that. If I wanted my Olorime staff, I look all the way down to the bottom. Oh, Madigan's holding on to that one. Perfect Row, who's got it? Well, it's in my craft bag. All right. So you can see who's holding what. Really a great, so you don't have to go, log out and log back in on all your characters to find that one item you were looking for. Wonderful, very helpful. All right. Let's see. So that was that. Destination, inventory, map pins. Maddie, no, leave guild. Again, it's always very nice to have an add-on specialist as my mod and friend and guildie in here and stuff. In the guild setup, you can accidentally leave guild. Because like if you're going to add someone to guild, I can't do it. I can only do it in a Dark Brotherhood. If you're on the home screen, this bottom thing is leave guild. But if you click over to the roster, the bottom guild is add member. And sometimes I do this too quickly, or I used to, because the first window that always comes up is the home screen. So I would, click G, home screen, go over here, and then instantly click, add member. Well, we know that sometimes there's lag, and sometimes, you click things wrong. And so if I go over here and I try to click that, and I'm not thinking, and I go down here, and I accidentally would leave guild. And I'm like, I do not want that to happen, but people know me very well. That would be something that I do. So when I see that it's red, I'm like, oh, Manny, don't click this. So a simple little add-on, and I thank him very much for it. So that one's just for me. Let's see. Add-on, potion maker. That's for my alchemy. When you go to an alchemy station, it's a different interface to help with the alchemy. It saves certain recipes and stuff for you. Raid notifier. Raid notifier is wonderful. When you're in a raid, it will tell you, different things specific to that dungeon. When a certain boss is doing a certain attack, to be able to get out of it, to be able to block it, all of these different things in there. So it kind of pairs with Code's combat alerts. So usually the two musts when you're going into trials is Code's combat alerts and raid notifier. Rare fish tracker, that one I can show you when you're trying to get the achievement for fishing. You can put up the rare fish finder. All right, it'll tell you what fishes you need and their locations within it, as far as like, is it a river fish, is it a lake fish, is it an ocean fish? So, and I have it hotkeyed so I can turn it on and turn it off. Let's see, rare fish. Swap skills continued. That's the one that I use for my skill presets in here. Other people will use like dressing room or I forget what the other one is. Ace something or other. I forget what it is, but there's a couple of really nice ones that will they change your setup of your skills, but also what you're wearing. So people will change, their armor sets on the fly, which is really nice. For me, I'm DPS. I don't usually swap out my armor too much. Usually tanks and healers have to do that a little bit more. So I have little setups with, for different things that I do. So like for my overworld, I have a setup there where I've got my shadow so I can disappear. If I'm doing a trial, I've got this where it only switches like, one skill, but it's really handy that I don't have to like pull the skill off and put on, go find my, my Mage's Guild and swap it in. I just click a button. Back to the overworld. When I'm parsing, I have a kind of a different setup. I do PvP. I've got a different setup. I got this one that has like a shield in there for a little bit more shielding for a certain trial boss. I got my front with my elemental weapon. I was doing some tanking, so I made one where I was like, okay, I'll put a shield on and I'll do a little bit of a taunt on that, kind of fake tanking and stuff. It's really nice. You have this little thing up here. This is create new preset. You give it a name. You can give it a new icon. And, it copies whatever bar that you're on. And you can do that for the front and the back. Let's remove it. Boom. Yeah. Really great. I really love it. I've had this one for a long time. That's a really nice one. So that if, because I actually, before I did the video, I was in my, my set that I use for trials, because we did a trial last night. And then I'm like, oh, I want my overworld. Click on my overworld. Click back onto the front bar. And now I'm set for my overworld. Let's see. Let's see. Swap skills. Skill point finder. What is my button for my skill point finder? Is it? It's not 7. It's not 6. Is it 9? Nope, that's you. Is it F4? Yes, it is. This shows all the skill points I found in the game. I don't have all of them. I got 393 out of 444 on this character. So it just shows you where they are and what you got left. So, really nice. And you can also see, what I have on each character. So. Boom. Then I've got some fisherman one. Votan's fish fillet allows me to auto fillet all my fish. Fisherman, which shows me all the spots where fish can spawn. Fisherman's export. I forget what that one's for. I think it might just come with it when you download Minion. Votan's key binder. I love that one. Votan's key binder. It allows that when I'm in my controls, I can bind my keys for all my characters, which is nice. Even for my add-ons. So I click this little button, and what it'll do is it'll make sure that it's account wide. That's a very helpful one. I like that one a lot. Then let's see, key binder, map ping colors. This one is a simple one so that when I'm on my mini map, it flashes where I am. I could never find myself, and I didn't know about R. Do you guys know this? You guys, well, a lot of people I know that when you hit your map and you hit R, it'll zoom in on where you are. I did not know that at all. I never knew that. Yep. I don't know when that started to come into play. I don't know that. But that little map pins, just a little bit of a code that makes your guy flash and picks your color. I picked green. Let's see, and I think I only have one more, right? And then the mini-map. Oh my gosh, love the mini-map. Mini-map, one of the greatest things ever. So, probably was one of the first add-ons I put on back in the day. Votan's mini-map. It's real famous. I think you can download one that makes it like a circle. Looks like a compass. So, yeah. So that is all the add-ons I have. The libraries below, these are automatically put in. They go along to support some of the things in the add-ons themselves. So that's all that libraries are. Every once in a while, you have to add like a library manually. But they'll usually tell you. What will happen is that one of these will be red even with the out-of-date add-ons. And you have to like click on the little drop down and it'll say, oh, you've got to add libdialog. And so you go into your minion, search libdialog, install it, and it'll start working again. So, wonderful. I've never been in any other game. I never understood add-ons. I would usually not use add-ons just because I didn't know how to download them or do something with different games in the past. This is very easy. I really enjoy it. There's a lot of great add-ons out there. There's a lot more that I don't use, but these are the ones that I use right now. When I find new add-ons, that are kind of cool and they kind of help out a little bit, make life a little bit easier in game, I usually will do that. So some of these aren't listed below my stream. I think like some of the ones from Night of Osiris might not be on there. I'm not sure. And some of my more recent ones, but most of them are down there. And so if you ever see one in game that I'm using and you're like, what is that? It's not on your list. Let me know. I'll try my best to keep that list updated so you have that. But it's part of the reason why I'm making this video. So this video will have a good foundation. I know I'll add add-ons later, but it gives us it shows us kind of what I'm using. So if you're starting out or you just wanted to kind of know some new add-ons, you've got this there for you as a resource. So thank you everyone for being here today, checking out the video. Yeah, wonderful. Hit the subscribe button if you're, I try to do one every week. And, last few weeks have been a little bit weird with the coronavirus, so I haven't been doing as many. But we're gonna start doing more because we're in isolation, so I'm gonna have time to do them. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for all the support. I will see you on Twitch or in the next video. So, all right, thanks everyone. Have a great day. Stay safe out there.